All in all, oops, we got a little camera needs to be adjusted there. 7:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, July 20th, 2019. Let's take a look at what happened. BitMEX is under investigation by the CFTC. What the complaint, as I understand it, is BitMEX is offering customers way too much leverage that it becomes highly risky. And then they're trying to say they don't trade on their own exchange, and they have been caught trading on their own exchange. So okay, there's a denial of what actually people have proof. $250 million in longs were wiped out on Bitstamp, one of the people that provides liquidity to BitMEX. And if they're not insider trading, I'm a 6-foot leprechaun. It doesn't make no sense. These guys know there's manipulation going on in these books. They know it. They wouldn't bring the charges unless they. Let me tell you something about the agencies. They will not do anything unless they're assured of some kind of proof. Going out and embarrassing themselves out in the public is not a career enhancer. Let me tell you. So this press time Friday, that was soon for Bloomberg citing sources who said the regulator is investigating whether the exchange is allowing U.S. traders to use its platform. Well, regardless if the traders are using their platform or not, these platforms that are with these high leverages are tied into Bitstamp and Coinbase. That's who BitMEX is running off of. And in turn, to wipe out all those longs, they will manipulate the price on those two exchanges to wipe out those longs. Now, Bitstamp's turned around and complained, okay? But Coinbase hasn't said a thing. Now, look, I want you to see this, just so you could tie it in. There you go. Follow this story. Bitstamp starts investigation after large BT cell leads to 250 million liquidated on BitMEX. Okay, you see what's happening here? BitMEX had 250 million in longs. All right. So how are they going to pay out on those longs if Bitcoin price kept going up? So what did they do? They ditched the price. So the manipulation is strong with BitMEX. I think they should be banned. I keep telling people, anytime you have such exchanges with such high leverage, they're always going to do something. There's no no mistake, because the seller chooses the perfect time of day for the biggest impact. Okay? 250 million long positions, which further resulted in price declines on other crypto exchanges. These guys are the heart, I do believe, of all the manipulation that's going on. I think they got all of these market makers under their thumb. I think if BitMEX gets shut down or banned, I think a lot of this stuff will start happening. Anybody that trades in such high leverage and high risk, you got to also, it's not only the client that's at risk, it's the exchange. And saying that they won't manipulate anything, I think you're just deluding yourself. Okay? So you got that story there, and you got this story here. This started this. On the 17th, when I talked to the CFTC, they were asking me questions. Now I understand what they were asking about. So now we know. You see what's going on? Now they know that BitMEX dumped the market, and they used two exchanges, Bitstamp and Coinbase Pro. Now they're going to see if the market makers actually helped BitMEX dump the market. You see, this is the reasoning that this is going on. So it'll be BitMEX. Bitstamp already covered their ass by complaining because they launched an investigation. Coinbase Pro hasn't said a word. That this dump was caused by possible manipulation due to their BitMEX collusion, whatever you want to call it. So you can see how it ties in. The stories are right here. You can read them. So these guys are trading at ultra high leverage, ridiculous amount of risk people are exposed to. And then you're telling me people won't do something when they're exposed to that kind of risk. They won't manipulate the market. Come on, people. Let's be realistic. People, in order to save the positions, would manipulate their own mother out of money. So you could see that. Now let's take a look at what's going on with Litecoin. Okay. This market maker does not want this coin over $100. It was, and he immediately began attacking it. We hit overnight Eastern Standard Time. We hit above 100. Immediately it was set upon. All right. The market maker in this case is trying to protect his spread by manipulating the market price lower, where his spread, his capital, gives him the ability to make that $2 wide spread. Now let's go over the numbers to show you. He stated that it's 40 to 44 cents. That's his spread is 88 cents. Okay, from the last sale. Mr. Honest Market Maker staying on the 88 cent spread. So obviously this is the market maker's trade. His trade is always the largest in the exposed sell side order book. Okay, and then you got to look down here and look for a like number, which is probably 1535, 1586. Okay, this is the other offsetting trade to that, 9780 to 9960. Well, let's see where they are. You could tell this probably has something in it. That's why it's a little higher on other clients' trade at the same price as the market maker. So you can see this now, 1536 at 9780, and it's probably 15. Yeah, it's about 50 coins somebody else's. Now let's get our calculator out and see what the market maker's planning. We all know he doesn't want this over 100. Okay. So the first thing we do is take this top wall of 99.80. Whoops. 80 minus 98.51. Okay, that's $1.29. That's way out of the range of the 40 to 44 cents they preached to the New York Department of Financial Services. You'll actually find a copy of this letter where they explain that the market maker is not manipulating the market. He can't possibly be, because he's only posting both sides of his trade 40 to 44 cents away. This is not 40 to 44 cents. Now we're going to do the next one. 98.57 minus the buy wall. We've seen it. I showed it to you. There it is. 97.80. Look at that spread. Now the price should be going up because the bottom wall is closer to the mid-market than the top wall. But in no way is that spread 40 to 44 cents away, and in no way is that equidistant. Even if we made a mistake at 97.80, okay? Even if we made a mistake on this, and it was only 80 cents off. The spread, okay, let's just assume that we made that mistake. 98.46 minus $98 is 46 cents. Still not even 40 to 44 cents. But we know that this is the market maker's trade because 1,500 and change, 1,536 is what the top wall is. And his market size usually always matches. You see? It's this one. 1586, you see it. Actually, it's not actually 1586 because there's about 50 coin or so that's in there with the market makers trade at that price. This is well known. I've done this before, I could tell you. So we're looking at 77 cents and $1.29. Even if we use the other figure, it's still not equidistant because one's $1.29 away and the other one would be 46 cents away if we use the other figure. So any way you look at it, the market maker is manipulating the price of Litecoin. Sad but true. Now you're going to see them drive the price. He's going to drive the price up. Why? Because the bottom wall, the buy wall, is closer to the mid-market price. He's going to push the price up. You see? And there it goes. It's going up. This is not hard to see how he's manipulating this. You just follow the market maker's trades, and you're able to see the market maker actually manipulate the price in real time. And there's a lot of sell pressure now to get that price away. He does not want that crossing over $100. He's going to use every flim-flam scam and everything. But whoever it is in there, you got to break. If there's white hats are out there and you're the guys pushing up this price to take it out of the market maker's control, just keep the pressure on. If you got him reacting, the first thing you got to do is you got to take all his coin. And if he keeps dumping into your buy walls, just keep putting up more buy walls till you drain him. Then he has one choice. He's either got to come in and try to collapse the price, which by that time he cannot because you exhausted his coin stash. And he has to go to the over-the-counter market, which I'm pretty sure is not open. So prices will go up on the weekend. Now let's go take a look at the rest of the market. Let's take a look at the RSI. We're still not in overbought territory. Okay? What we have here is the battle of the market maker trying to keep this price under $100 so he can maintain that most profitable spread. So that's what's going on, people. I see a lot of controlled sell pressure to keep this price under $100. They're not fooling around. I can tell you that much. They're desperately trying to keep this price over 100. And it's also the question, these guys who keep walking around saying, well, the Litecoin halving price was built into the system. How is the halving price built into the system when we just recovered from a bad market where in February the coin was at $27? It had a high the previous year, $380. Gaining back half its value from its high. Isn't the halving written into the price or calculated into the price? That's nonsense. You guys state stuff with no damn proof. How is the halving calculated into the current price? How is that? It's not calculated into the price. You guys are short and you're trying to talk the price down. There's a lot of people here that give these technical analysis. I don't trust them as far as I can throw an elephant. If you're not giving me figures and you give me the prices are going to go up because that's just nonsense. That's not technical analysis. There's no proof that you even have a graph that can actually prove, well, this is why I believe the price is calculated the halving is you can't calculate something into a price that hasn't occurred yet. You're predicting the future, and the future's not even here. How is the price calculated already for the halving? These people are ridiculous. Some of the stuff you see come out of these people's minds, it's just I don't know where they get their information, their ideas from. They just pull them out of the ether. So you see, this clown market maker does not want this coin above $100. All of the market makers, because then their liquidity then can't keep that nice $2 spread that they're getting by manipulating the prices lower. The higher the price goes, the tighter the spread becomes. That's why they're after keeping a low price. These market makers need to be kicked out. There, you see this? There goes the market makers trade. This is what Mr. Munchin is talking about when he says that he got a little carried away with doing that thing with it's used for crime. Believe me, when Noriega was running that criminal drug empire out of Panama, nobody seized Bitcoin or Litecoin from Noriega. Okay, he didn't have any. It wasn't invented then. So to say that Bitcoin, this coin, which has been around for 10 years, is being used by criminals, when they've fully been using dollars for so long and laundered it, it presents no problem. You have HSBC laundering money just recently, and all of a sudden the criminals, or criminal because they're uneducated, all of a sudden they're going to seize on to this bright idea. Hey, let's use Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies as our choice of criminal, to do criminal transactions. Idiots. They'll just use suitcases full of money. None of those drug dealers want Bitcoin or Litecoin. What the hell are you going to do with that? It's so volatile. They're going to go make a $10 million coke deal, go to their boss, and come back after a 30% drop in Bitcoin and tell the member of the cartel, oh, I just lost 30% of the money because I took Bitcoin as a payment. They'll get their head chopped off. That's just an idiot statement from a friggin' moron. You hear some stuff, it's just ridiculous. They believe me, the drug dealers want something that's stable, that's going to keep value, not something that's going to wash away 30% after they make the drug deal and they transport the friggin' Bitcoin back to the home base to give it to the head of the cartel, and it loses 30% of its value. It's just stupid to even say that. Okay, 1586, 1556 looks like the bottom. Remember, the market maker has posted his two trades. One of them's closer to the mid-market price than the other one. That'd be the buy side, so he's trying to push the price up. All of that the sell pressure you see here, this is a false signal generated by the market maker posting his trades close to the mid-market price. This trade right here. And you can tell, well, let's take a look. What other trades are there? He's the only trade there. You see maybe 4 trades that are over 100. And you're telling me they're causing this false signal right here saying there's a lot of sell pressure going on. This is why the market maker in this case is sending false. It's obvious he's sending a false signal using this trade, bringing it close to the mid-market price, triggering bots and stuff. This is, I don't know how you could hook an API up to Coinbase Pro, because it's got very little information to run your bot off of. I would never put my bot on here. Are you going to depend on these 2 EMIs, the 12 and the 26 in this graph, which is so easy to falsify? It'll trigger any bot hooked up to here that this is being dumped. And then you look at the orders that are on the sell side. Besides this one, none of them are over 200. None of them. And look at it's reporting large sell pressure. Now let's go to the buy side. I can show you this now. Look at the buys. 500, 800, 1,000, 2,000. Whoa. How come this isn't pressure down? This is a false signal over here. You understand? We're buy Latin. Yet we're showing that there's a tremendous amount of sell pressure going on here by going to this graph. It's giving a false signal. These guys need to be investigated, man. When you see a market sell-off, this flattens out. Okay? When you see a buy, this flattens out. Here we got more buy orders. One order alone is bigger than the largest sell order they got in here. But yet, look, there's something wrong with these signals. These things are being falsified to trigger people's bots. I can tell you that right now. You don't tell me we have more buy orders in that are closer to the mid-market price, but this is over here. If you're looking at this, oh, there's a lot of sell pressure. That's a false signal. These guys need to be investigated, man. There's something funny going on in Coinbase Pro. You can check it out. You can see it right here. We're buy heavy right now. Look at these orders piling up. Look at this. What do they got to oppose it? 1,600 coin? Yeah, look at this. You would think we're in a major dump. All right, people, beware. Beware what's going on. That's a false indicator going on right there.